girls, it is I, Tofu-chan, the dog that likes bread for some reason, because bread is bread and bread is good. I'll eat a loaf of bread if this video gets 10,000 subscribers. Let's do this. Okay, now we should talk. Talk fast. Talk until we can't talk. I don't know why I'm doing this monotone voice type of thing, but I saw my friend. He posted a video called Tofu-chan. Right now I'm just messing around with my microphone, just so I can get it to work properly. Because microphones are very cool like that. Now, let me tell you something very, very cool. Something I know, something from school. I have no homework done. Well, actually, I have it all done, but I have nothing to work on. Now, let's get this done with a song. I need my drink. I need my food. Everything is super cool. And then, bam. I'm gonna say Walakazam. Today, we read another chapter of a book called Into the Pit. Now, we should all be quiet and stop eating little pieces of poop. I have nothing to rhyme. Let's move that. Turn on this light. Turn off this big light so my kitty cat Oliver can sleep. Microphone weirdly too close to my mouth. It's not tightened for some reason. So let me just tighten this real quick. Hold on. Yeah, that works. Okay. Everything is set. I just took my bookmark out of my freaking book for some reason. But I know for fact we are on page 101. Y'all know the drill by this point. Every chapter is 20 pages. Every 10 pages is a drink break. Last time, if you do not remember, our girl Sarah was sung a lullaby to a little thing with a clown mask, and she looked beautiful. Of course, we all know this as Circus Baby. Let's read where we left off last time, and maybe, I'll record me reading this entire book and post it. Okay, let's do this. She still didn't look exactly how she wanted to. That potato nose to go, for one thing. But she was definitely making progress. She put on a little bit of makeup she was allowed to wear, brushed her hair, and went down to breakfast. Her mom was standing at stove, stirring eggs in the pan. "Look at you! You're a knockout!" Mom looked her up and down, smiling. "Is a picture there or something?" "No," Sarah said, sitting down at the table and pouring herself a glass of orange juice. "I just felt like making an effort today." "Is there somebody special you're making an effort for?" Mom asked in a teasing tone. Sarah's mind wandered off for a moment to Mason Blair, but then the image turned into her bumping into him and covering him with salad. "No, just for me, I guess." Mom smiled. "Wow, that's really nice to hear. Hey, do you want some eggs?" Sarah felt a sudden ravenous hunger. "Sure," she said. Her mom dished up scrambled eggs and toast for each of them, and then sat down. "I don't know what it is," Mom said, "but for the past couple of days, you've just seemed more mature and easy to talk to." She sipped her coffee and looked thoughtful. "Maybe you've just been going through an awkward stage the last year or so, and you're starting to outgrow it." Sarah smiled. "Yes, I think that may be it. The awkward stage of my entire life before I met Eleanor." Sarah thought. At school, Sarah saw Abby in the hall and felt a pang of missing her. The two of them had so much history together, going back to the days of finger paint and Play-Doh. But Abby was stubborn. If Sarah waited for Abby to apologize to her, it might never happen. She walked up to Abby at her locker. "Hey," Sarah said. "Hey." Abby dug around in her locker and didn't make eye contact with her. "Listen," Sarah said. "I'm sorry. said those mean things to you the other day. Abby finally looked at her. Hey, they weren't wrong. I do still like cartoons, stickers, and horses. Yeah, and there's still nothing wrong with that. Stickers and horses cartoons are nice. And you're nice. No, I'm sorry. Friends? She held out her hand, and Abby laughed and hugged her instead. When Abby pulled away from the hug, she looked Sarah up and down. Hey, have you gotten taller or something? There's no way to explain it. No, I'm just working on having better posture. Well, you're definitely succeeding. Eleanor put Sarah to sleep with her usual sweet song the night before. This morning, still lying in bed, she looked at her body as if she could tell which parts had gotten an upgrade. To her surprise, the parts of her had been soft and flabby are now tight and toned. Real quickly, I'm gonna stop right there. Tight and toned, and parts that have been flat and childish are now rounded and feminine. I'm gonna stop that real quick because 80 to 100, 101 to 120. So it's next episode where I read only a couple pages. Okay, cool. I was checking if it was this episode or not. Yes, I do record this all on Google Slides. It's way easier than buying some type of thing like that my teachers use. It's more easier to do this. Sarah chose a fitted t-shirt and denim miniskirt to wear to school. Her pitiful little training bra wouldn't hook anymore, so she made do with the sports bra she wore at gym class. It was a tight fit. At breakfast, she asked her mom, "Can we maybe go shopping this weekend?" "Well, I get paid on Friday, so a little shopping wouldn't be out of the question," Mom said, pouring herself more coffee. "Anything in particular you were looking for?" Sarah looked down at her chest, then grinned sheepishly. "Oh," her mom said, sounding startled. "Well, those certainly snuck up on me. Of course we can buy you some bras that fit." She smiled and shook her head. I can't believe how fast you're growing up. Neither can I." It was true. And yes, to most people that are reading this, I did read that in a monotone voice like everything else. Because I believe the male and female body are not beautiful things, but just things of nature. I do not get, ew, they're talking about this in a book. I genuinely don't care, and neither should you. Our society is making us, whatever. It feels like it happens overnight, Mom said. Because it does, Sarah thought. At school, Sarah could feel eyes on her. Boys' eyes. For the first time, she felt noticed, felt seen. It was dizzying, exciting. In the hall, on the way to English, a trio of boys, cute boys, looked at her, then looked at another with whispering something, then laughed. It wasn't a mean or mocking laugh. Wondered what they said. Sarah looked back at them and bumped right into. No, it couldn't be. Not again. Perry the Platypus? I'm sorry, Mason Blair? She felt her face flushing and braced herself for him to tell her to watch where she was going again. But instead, he smiled. He had really great teeth, straight and white. We have to go. Stop bumping into each other like this, he said. Actually, I think it was me bumping into you, Sarah said. At least I wasn't carrying a salad this time. Yeah, he smiled. His smile was dazzling. That was really funny. Yeah, Sarah said, though it struck her as strange that he had said the salad incident was funny now. When it happened, he seemed annoyed. Well, if you're going to keep running into me, at least I know your name. I can't just calling you Salad Girl. I'm Sarah. Sarah the Skeleton. Nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm Mason. Yes, I'm keeping that in. I know. I could have kicked her. She could have kicked herself so much for playing it cool. Okay. Well, I'll see you around, Sarah the Skeleton. He gave her one last flash of a smile. See ya, Sarah said. She continued on her way to English, but all she could think about is that she just had a conversation, a real human conversation, with Mason Blair. Sarah sat down next to Abby in class. Mason Blair just talked to me, Sarah whispered. Like, talk to me, talk to me. I'm not surprised, Abby whispered back. There's something about you lately. What do you mean? Abby crinkled her forehead the way she did when she was thinking hard. I don't know. How do you do that? Oh, I think I just did it. Whatever. I don't know. I can't exactly put it into words, but it's like glowing. It's like you're glowing from the inside out. Sarah smiled. Yeah, that is what it's like. But really, it was changes on the outside that are making her glow inside. In the evening, after Eleanor did her wake-up movement, Sarah threw her arms around her and felt a strange hug. Something so hard and cold, and when Eleanor's arms encircled Sarah, she felt a flicker of what could have been fear. Uh-oh, here comes the Five Nights at Freddy's part of this Five Nights at Freddy's book. Uh, okay. But she quickly pushed the feeling away. There's nothing to be afraid of. Eleanor was her friend. Eleanor? Sarah said, drawing back from the hug. I couldn't be happier with my new body. It's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm glad, Eleanor said, cocking her head. All I want is for you to be happy, Sarah. Well, I'm loads happier than I was before I found you, Sarah said. Loads happier than I was before I found you. Happier than I was before when I found you. That's a weird sentence. Today was like I could feel these people seeing me. They liked what they saw. The guys I've had a crush on for months even noticed me and talked to me. That's wonderful, Eleanor said. I'm glad I've been able to make all your wishes come true, Sarah. Oh, sorry. I'm glad I've been able to make all your wishes come true, Sarah. Creepy voice. I like it. A dark cloud suddenly passed over the brightness in Sarah's mood. Well, she said, not all of them. She reached up and touched her potato-y nose. Really? Really? Eleanor sounded surprised. What is it that you still wish, Sarah? Sarah took a deep breath. I love my new body, she said. I really do, but I'm kind of what some guys call pretty from afar, but far from pretty. Eleanor cocked her head again. Pretty from afar? I don't understand, Sarah. Well, you know, guys will say, she looks great from far away, but you don't get too close to her face. Oh, far from pretty, Eleanor said. I understand now. She laughed, a metallic tingling. It is very amusing. It's not if someone's using it to describe you. Oh, it's not as someone's using it to describe you, Sarah said. I suppose it isn't, Eleanor said. She reached up, touched Sarah's cheek. Sarah, do you really want me to change all of this? Do you want a new face? I do, Sarah said. I want a tiny nose and full lips, high cheekbones, dark eyelashes, and nice eyebrows. I don't want to look like Mrs. Mix and Match anymore. Eleanor laughed her tinkly laugh again. I can do this for you, Sarah, but you have to understand it's a big change. You can look in the mirror and see longer and curvier figure, but just look at you've grown faster than expected. Maybe. But still, growth is normal for a child. It's something you know will happen all your life. Though you've looked in the mirror, seen your face, and said, that's me. I'm silent because that's a funny joke. Said, that's me. You know, it's me. FNAF. Whatever. It's true that your face changes some as you grow, but it's still recognizable as you. To be totally different face as your reflection might be quite a shock. It's a shock I want, Sarah said. I hate my face the way it is. Well, I might know what's going to happen. Very well, Sarah, Eleanor said, looking into her eyes. As long as you're sure. After Sarah ate dinner with her mom and did her homework, she showered and got ready for Eleanor to put her to sleep one more time. She snuggled under the covers and a disturbing thought occurred to her. Eleanor? Yes, Sarah. She was already standing beside Sarah's bed. She was already standing beside Sarah's bed. It's a weird spacing on that. That was a weird gulp. What will my mom think if I sit down for breakfast in the morning and I have a totally different face? Eleanor sat down on the bed. It is a good question, Sarah, but she won't notice. Not really. She may think you look especially rested or well, but she won't notice that your plain face has been replaced by a beautiful one. Mothers always think their children are beautiful, so when your mother looks at you, she would always see great beauty. Oh, okay, Sarah said, feeling relaxed again. No wonder, no wonder her mother didn't understand her problems. She thought her daughter was already beautiful. I'm ready then. See, this is when she learns her lesson of. I'll talk about this when it's 110. I always have to wear it and can never ever take it off. Yes, I remember. Good. Eleanor stroked Sarah's hair, saying one more time. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, my sweet Sarah. When you wake, all of your dreams will come true. Just like before, Sarah felt changes before she saw them. As soon as she woke, she reached up and touched her nose, and felt not a potato-like bulb, but pert little point. She ran her hands over the sides of her face and felt clearly defined cheekbones, touched her lips and found them plumper than before. Jumped out of bed and take a look. It was amazing. The person looking back at Sarah was totally different than before. Eleanor was right. It was shocking. But it was a good type of shock. Everything she hated about her appearance was gone. Her eyes were wide and deeper blue and fringed with long, sooty lashes. Her eyebrows were delicate arches. Her nose was tiny and perfectly straight, and her lips were pink Cupid's bow. Her hair was still brown, but fuller and shinier, and fell into pretty soft waves. She looked herself up and down. She smiled at herself with straight white teeth. Beautiful. She was a total package. She surveyed the clothes in her closet. None of them seemed worthy of her beauty. Maybe when Mom took her shopping for bras, they could also pick out new outfits. After a lot of deliberation, she finally chose a red dress she bought on a whim. Never find the courage to wear. Now, though, she deserved to be the center of attention. School was a totally new experience. She could feel everybody's eyes on her, guys and girls alike. When she looked at the beautiful, she also happened to be wearing red today. They looked back at her, not with disdain, but with interest. At lunch, she mouthed hi at Abby and walked straight to the beautifuls who were sitting. This time, she didn't sit right down at the table, but she shoved casually walking past. Hey, new girl, Lydia called. Want to sit with us? She wasn't remotely a new girl at the school, but she was a new girl in her looks. Sure, thanks, she said. She towered and sounded casual, but like it had any difference to her whether she sat with them or somebody else. But inside, she was excited. She was turning cartwheels. All the beautiful was eating salads like she was. So, Lydia said, what's your name? Sarah. She had hoped Sarah was the name they found acceptable. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't like Hilda or Bertha or anything. I'm Lydia. Lydia tossed her lustrous blonde hair. She was so pretty enough to be a model. She would fit right in the pictures of the walls of Sarah's room. This is Julian, Tabitha, and Emma. So, I'm right now on page 111. I just got done with 110. Let's put the book right here. My little bookmark. We're not done yet. There's 10 more pages to go. But I can see what's happening. So she waved hi at Abby, never got a response. Everyone looked at her, strange and new. Center of attention. You know who wasn't at the center of attention? Eleanor. Eleanor's in the back of a car, as a matter of fact. And in a broken truck in a rusty place. Never going to be in the center of attention. Thrown out. I think she looks beautifully like Eleanor, a tall version of Eleanor. Because it didn't even say that she put on makeup. It said that she got a pink dress and went downstairs and went to school. Nothing about breakfast, just went to school. So my theory about this is that it's Eleanor, but the human touch of someone touching you and or saving you, you get magic powers to help others. But in return, you helping others, you get to take their bodies. So, that's why Eleanor warned her, saying, so you're fine with not looking the same? She was like, yep, I'm 1000% fine. Because she looks like an adult version of Eleanor, a taller version. And Sarah is now in her body. That's why Abby didn't respond. This is my theory. And I'm going to take my long sip of Gatorade. Orange Gatorade. Naturally flavored with other natural flavors. This is a good drink. It really is. My 2 favorite drinks in life, if you ever meet me in real life and you're wondering, I'll show you back to this video. It's Gatorades and Sprites. Sprites, you can never get full. At least I've never been full. And Gatorades, because they fill you with electrolytes that I never use. And a good taste. Oh, and those, and cherry Kool-Aid. They needed no introduction, of course, but Sarah said hi, like she never seen them before. So, Lydia said, who's your dress by? Sarah had watched enough fashion shows on TV to know Lydia was asking about the designer. It was from Saks Fifth Avenue, she said. It was true. The label of the dress read Saks Fifth Avenue. However, Sarah and her mom had bought it at a local thrift store. Her mom was excited when they found it. She loved thrifting. How often do you get to New York? Lydia asked. Once or twice a year, Sarah lied. Had been to New York once, and she was 11, and she and her mom had been to Broadway show, ridden the ferry of the Statue of Liberty, and got up the Empire State Building. They had done no shopping in fancy stores and only clothing. Sarah thought was an I Love New York t-shirt at a souvenir shop. A few washings and worn in as thin as tissue paper. She still slept in it sometimes. So, Sarah, Emma said, regarding her like the doe of brown eyes, what do your mom and dad do for a living? Sarah tried not to bristle visibly with the word dad. Mom's a social worker, and Dad, before her dad had left Sarah and her mom, she had a long-distance truck driver. He had been a long-distance truck driver. She didn't even sure what he did or where he lived. He moved a lot and changed girlfriends a lot. He called her on Christmas and her birthday. He's a lawyer. The Beautifuls nodded their approval. One more question. This came from Jillian, the redheaded and the cat-like green eyes. Do you have a boyfriend? Sarah felt her face heat up. No, not at the moment. Well, Jillian said, leaning forward. There's a boy? Is there a boy you like? Sarah knew her face had been red as her dress. Yes, Jillian smiled. And his name is? Sarah looked around to make sure he wasn't near mine. John Cena. Old meme, but funny. Mason Blair, he asked whispered. Oh, he's hot, Jillian said. Definitely hot, Lydia echoed. Hot. The other girls repeated like a chorus. So, Lydia said, looking at Sarah over, don't follow us around like a puppy dog or anything, but if you want to sit with us at lunch, then sit. On Sunday afternoons, we go to the mall and try on clothes and makeup. Maybe get a froyo. It's lame, but something to do. This town is so boring, she yawned theatrically. So boring. So boring, Sarah agreed. But inside she was buzzing with excitement. Lydia nodded. We'll hang out a little and see how things go. If it works out, maybe you can go out for cheerleader next year. Consider this a trial period. Sarah left the cafeteria, smiling to herself. Abby caught up to her. Looks like you were having some kind of intense job interview back there, Abby said. She was wearing gray sweatpants and a bulky purple sweater that had nothing to show of her shape. Yeah, kind of. They invited me to hang out though, so I guess I passed the test. She couldn't stop herself from smiling. Abby raised an eyebrow. And those are the kind of friends you want? The kinds of friends make you pass the test? They're cool, Abby. They're cool, Abby. They know all about fashion and makeup and guys. They're shallow, Sarah. They're shallow as rain in a puddle. No, I take it back. They're shallow as a rain puddle look like they're so shallow they make the rain puddle look like the ocean. Sarah shook her head. She loved Abby, but she really did. But why did she have to be so judgmental? But they rule the school, and that's how it works. It's the beautiful people who get what they want. She looked at Abby's gorgeous brown complexion, at her striking hazel eyes. You could be beautiful too, Abby. You would be the prettiest girl in the school if you lost glasses and braids and brought some clothes that weren't so baggy. If I didn't wear my glasses, I'd be walking into walls. There's still cute girls that have glasses. Don't think it's that bad about yourself, Abby. That's not in the book. I'm just saying. Abby said, with a little edge in her voice. Wait a minute. Yeah, I read that right. Okay, cool. Braids in my baggy clothes, especially this sweater. It's cozy. She shrugged her shoulders. I guess I just like myself the way I am. Sorry if I'm not fancy and fashionable enough for you. I'm not like the cheerleaders and all those models and pop stars, those pictures you have plastered all over your room. But you know what? I'm a nice person. I don't have to judge people how they look, how much money they have. I don't have to give a person a pop quiz to decide if I'll let them hang out with me or not. Abby looked at Sarah's face searchingly. You've changed, Sarah, and not for the better. Abby turned her back on Sarah and marched down the hall. Sarah knew Abby was a little mad at her, but she also knew an apology and a hug would fix things once she had time to cool down. After the bell, walking toward the bus, Sarah became suddenly aware of the presence inside her. Hi, a male voice said. She turned to see Mason Blair, looking perfect in a blue shirt that brought out the color of his eyes. Oh, hi. So Lydia said you guys were talking about me in the cafeteria today? Well, Sarah fought the urge to run. Say, if you don't have anything else to do you want to go over to the Brown Cow and have a cone with me? I miss ice cream parlors. They're not even a thing anymore. Bet if you opened one, you'd make some good money, but location is key. Sorry, I'm supposed to be reading a book and being like 14 or something, not talk about prices and all that. Sarah smiled. He could barely believe her good luck today. I don't have anything else to do. The Brown Cow was basically a little concrete block shed that sold soft-served ice cream and milkshakes. It was right across the street from school, but Sarah usually resided the temptation of stopping there since she always had been worried about her weight. She stood next to Mason at the counter as the same bored-seeming old lady walks over. Took orders. Chocolate, vanilla, or swirl? Chocolate, vanilla, or swirl? He asked her. Swirl, she said, making a move to open her purse. No, Mason said, putting on send. I got it. It's a cheap date. I can handle it. Thanks. He said date. Is this a real date? No, a real date's dating papyrus. Where was I? Alright. Sarah's first. They sat across from each other at the picnic table. Picnic basket. Mason attacked his cone with gusto, but Sarah took tiny licks. That's not good. This isn't in the book. Is something on fire? I smell smoke. Whatever. My will and testament, if someone sees this video when I die, give my Xbox to Anthony Perez, and everything else gets to be sold. Oh. I don't know. Just pick a list out of these 5 people to get my Switch. And basically everything else I own. They'll understand. Let's see. It's out of my Goonie friends. Pamela, Janelle, Alicia, Luis. Actually, I already get Luis's life. So yeah, Luis twice. So, boom. You said date. It was a real date, Sarah's first. But ice cream dripping her dress and making her look like a slob. Even with her self-consciousness, though, she'd admit the cold, creamy treat was delicious. I haven't had ice cream in ages. Oh my goodness, you don't, like, put the entire thing in your mouth and bite and ruin your teeth? What a nerd. Why's that? Mason said. Watching her weight? Sarah nodded. No need to worry about that, Mason said. You look great. It's funny. You've been going to the school a long time, right? I don't know how, but I only just noticed you. Sarah felt herself blushing. You noticed me when I ran into you at the salad, right? Mason looked at her with a dark lashed, ocean blue eyes. I didn't notice you when then the way I should have. Clearly needed to pay better attention. Me too, Sarah said. So I don't keep plowing into people with trays of salad. Mason laughed, showing those gorgeous white teeth. Sarah was amazed by how confident her new look made her feel. She could eat ice cream with a cute guy and make jokes with him. The old Sarah would have been much too shy. Not that cute guy with just the old Mrs. Mix and Match Sarah out for ice cream in the first place. They finished their cones, Mason said. Hey, is this your house? Pretty close. Is your house pretty close? I could walk you back if you like. Sarah felt a twinge of anxiety. Mason's dad was a doctor, and his mom was a successful real estate agent. Those face was plastered on billboards. His family probably lived in a mansion in the fancy side of town. She wasn't ready for him to walk in her path past the garbage dump to the little plain two-bedroom bungalow she shared with her living from paycheck to paycheck single mom. Actually, I have to run a couple errands this afternoon. Maybe another time? Oh, sure, okay. Was it Sarah's imagination, or did he look kind of disappointed? You see, guys want only one thing, and it's disgusting. That's a joke. Most guys are actually nice people, ladies. Sometimes. I'm a general jerk of society, but then again, some women like to be treated like garbage. So, you know, treat your own or whatever. I'll continue reading Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. Hey, maybe we can go out for some real sometime. Pizza, a movie, maybe? Pizza and a movie. That's it. That's how you bring a girl down. Sarah was pretty sure her heart had just turned a backflip. I like that. Well, you can't do that nowadays, because, you know, coronavirus and all that. His expression brightened. How about this Sunday night, if you're free, of course? Sarah fought of the urge to laugh. Had there ever been a Saturday night she wasn't free? All the same, she wasn't the sound too eager. I think so, yeah. Great. We'll plan on it then. Sarah couldn't wait for Eleanor to wake up so she could tell her about her day. Finally, after what seemed like ages, Eleanor pivoted her waist and lifted her arms and said, "Hello, Sarah." "Hello, Devin." Wasn't that like the talking washer in that movie? And anyways, Sarah ran up to Eleanor and took both her hands of hers. "Oh, Eleanor, I had the best day of my life." Eleanor turned her head. "Tell me about it, Sarah." Sarah flopped down to the bed and propped herself on a pillow. "Hardly know where to start. The Beautifuls let me sit at the table at lunch and invited me to hang out on Sunday." Eleanor nodded. "Is that good news, Sarah?" That is good news, Sarah." "That is good news, Sarah." Sarah leaned forward and hugged the old Freddy Fazbear teddy bear on her bed. "Uh-oh. And then Mason Blair took me for ice cream after school and asked me for dinner and a movie on Saturday." "That's very exciting." Eleanor stepped closer to Sarah, bent to her waist and touched Sarah's cheek. Is he a handsome boy, Sarah?" Sarah nodded. She couldn't stop smiling. "Yes, very." "Are you happy, Sarah?" Sarah laughed and repeated, "Yes, very." "Have I given you everything you wish for, Sarah?" Sarah couldn't think of a single other wish. She was beautiful and perfect, and her life was beautiful and perfect to match. "Yes, you have." "Then I have everything I wished for, too," Eleanor said. "But remember, even though all your wishes are granted, the necklace is to stay on. You can never, ever take it off. I remember," Sarah said. She was... Oh, right, okay, cool. Was always tempted to ask Eleanor what would happen if she took it off, but part of her was afraid to know the answer. "Making you happy makes me happy, Sarah," Eleanor said. Sarah felt tears welling to her newly beautiful blue eyes. She knew that she'd never have a better friend than Eleanor. On Saturday, Sarah was a ball of nervous energy. From the moment she woke up, all she could think about was the date. At breakfast, she was too nervous to eat much, even though Mom had made French toast, Sarah's favorite. I've had French toast only one time in my life. It was pretty good. You drive me to the pizza place and drop me off at 6, right? She said. Of course, Mom said, flipping through a newspaper. And you just drop me, right? You won't walk in with me or anything? Mom smiled. I promise I will not endanger your relationship by letting your new BU catch a glimpse of my horrifying face. Sarah laughed. It's not that, Mom. You're really pretty, actually. It's just that it looks a little kiddish when your mom comes in with you and, you know. I know, Mom said, sipping her coffee. I was 14 too once, believe it or not. And did you ride your dinosaur when you ran out dates? Sarah asked. Sometimes, Mom said, but usually I'd like to ride aboard a boy over, hang out with in the family cave. She reached over and tossed out Sarah's hair. Don't be too much smart, Alec, or might decide to do some old decrepit drive you tonight. Have you figured out that you're going to wear? At this question, Sarah let out a dramatic moan. Ugh, I can't decide whether you should live or die. I mean, it's just a pizza movie, so I want to dress like it's the most important event in my life, but at the same time, how I look is really important. So wear jeans and a nice shirt. You're a beautiful girl, Sarah. Just look great in whatever you choose. Thanks, Mom. Do you remember that Eleanor said about mothers thinking their children were beautiful? He went into her Mom and would have said the same thing to her even before she got Eleanor's help. When Sarah's mom pulled into the parking lot of the Pizza Bazzano, Sarah's stomach was so full of butterflies that she couldn't imagine her would be anywhere in pizza. She knew she looked nice, though, so that was some comfort. Text me when the movie's over and I'll come get you, Mom said. She reached over and squeezed Sarah's hand. And have fun. I'll try, Sarah said. Until recently, the idea of going out with Mason Blair would have been as realistic as the idea of her going out to a major pop star. Going out with a major pop star. It had been a fantasy, something she dreamed but never imagined it would come true. Never come true. This is why she was so nervous. It was something she wanted for so long. Maybe that's what was making her nervous. The fact that she wanted it so much. That is the end of today's reading. I hope you guys have a super fantastic, wonderful day. Next episode, which I'll be recording very, very shortly, because after this, I gotta record some Five Nights at Freddy's. We will learn what happens we will only be reading what? So I will have to cross that out. So we'd be only reading 6. So that'd be 27. Yeah, we're only reading 16 pages tomorrow, so that's not that bad. But we will learn what's going to happen to Sarah. And I already have a kind of a small theory that I said. But the Abby thing kind of drove that off when Abby started talking to her. But everything has a price in life. That's what you have to learn from this. Hope you guys have a super fantastic, wonderful day. Don't die to COVID. Blah, blah, blah. I don't have an outro that's really suited for this type of thing. See you guys next time.